This program contains scenes of nonsensical garbage and coarse language and is intended for a mature audience. Viewer discretion is advised.
Why, hello, my little garbage bags. Today I woke up and I decided, you know what? I choose violence. I choose violence because I want to talk about the things that I hated this year. The things that made my skin crawl. The things that I wasted my money and I just so pissed that I ate the cost on most of these things. There were some that I was able to return, but for the most part, I had to eat the cost. And nothing pisses me off more than wasting my money on inferior bullshit products. That said, in today's video, I'm going to talk about the top 20. Well, they're no particular order, but whatever. They're 20 products that I loathe. And if you like any of them, good for you. I'm happy. You didn't waste your money. Amazing. I don't know what else you want me to tell you. You want me to throw you a parade? I don't know. I'm happy that you didn't find it to be a waste of money. But since it's my channel and I get to do whatever I want to do, I'm going to yell about it. So yeah, I told you, I chose violence today. Because I've been really thinking about it. Like, these products suck and I just want to yell. I just want to yell about them. I don't know where else to channel my rage, you know? But no, seriously, if these did work for you, I'm happy. Good for you. You didn't waste your money. But it's just a thorn in my big old side and I hate it. I hate it. Now, these products are in no particular order. I feel like I hate them equally. I'm sure at the end there'll probably be one that I'm like, oh bitch, I can't stand you. But for the most part, I like to think that everybody's tied for first place. Now, thankfully, I have a lot of good products that I just cannot shut up about. And I'll talk about those in the future. And also a lot of products that were just like, you know, they're good. Not like shit your pants amazing, but they were good. I'm not going to talk about those because who cares? Who cares? So today's video will only focus on the bad. And then on Friday, you'll see all the good. So I hope you enjoy. But before we read things to filth, I need to confess something. I have a comfort game. And my pumpkins, it's called June's Journey. Honestly, it has no business being so pretty or so satisfying, yet here we are. So imagine this. You are dropped in the 1920s. Fancy outfits, dramatic relatives, mysterious mansions, and you get to play as June Parker, who's basically the capable main character that I wish I was. At its core, June's Journey is a hidden object mystery game. You get these gorgeous hand-drawn scenes packed with tiny details, and you need to find specific items to push the story forward. It's like being nosy, but you're encouraged and you get rewarded for it. When my brain wants a challenge, but not a spreadsheet, this is absolutely perfect. I get to feel clever without having to open an email. And when I need to take a break from playing detective, I switch over to my island estate. As you play, you unlock buildings, decorations, and all kinds of fancy little details so you can build your own world. I drop trees in places no logical person would put trees. I rearrange decor a bazillion times. And the game just showers me in rewards like, yes, queen, more chaos landscaping. It's very, very validating. They also keep things interesting with special events and seasonal content. And just when you think you're caught up, the game is like, surprise, here's another thing to work toward. New goals, new rewards, and more reasons for me to say, one more scene. And suddenly it's an hour later and I'm emotionally attached to my virtual garden, which by the way, is pretty sick, just saying. So if you are like me and you like HGTV and love solving a mystery and like being nosy, you can download June's Journey for free. It's available on iOS, Android, as well as PC. Just use the link in my description or scan this fancy QR code on the screen right now so you can start playing. Thank you to June's Journey for sponsoring this little garbage piece of the internet. We love you and appreciate you over here. And now without further ado, let's read things to filth. Okay, babe. Again, these are in no particular order, and also I'm in the middle of like packing and moving and whatever, so like, and I think a lot of these things actually I decluttered. So I'm just going to be popping up a picture in the corner here, and then, you know, I'll put a little link down below if you feel so inclined to go look at the product further. But in the meantime, that's why I don't have things magically in my hand. And it's probably going to be the same for best of, just a heads up. Blame my constant need to move. Okay. All right, number one. I have my little list in front of me. What do we have? Okay. This thing. Oh, I fucking hate this thing. So this is from Urban Decay. This is the Face Bond Luminizer Waterproof Liquid Highlighter. No. To this day, I love Urban Decay. Okay, I love Urban Decay. They make my primer. They make the best little eyeshadow singles ever. Okay, I don't care what you say. I love those Moondust shadows. They are amazing. I even love their cream eyeshadow sticks. There are some things from the brand that I am just like obsessed with and I bow down to them. But there are a few things, or a couple things at least on this list, that are unfortunate products that I unfortunately tried this year, and I wish I could say nice things about them, but I can't. So the Face Bond Luminizer Waterproof Liquid Highlighter, that product was bullshit. It presented itself as like a multi-use product that like, oh, it could be a highlighter, it could be a liquid eyeshadow. I think that was pretty much it. But it could be both of those things. It's probably a primer too. But this thing, it burned so badly. Like, it's the kind of product that I'm pretty sure it has acid in it. And if you really didn't like somebody, I'm sure you could squirt it at them and it would melt their skin so their skeleton would be showing, okay? That product had no business being approved. I don't care what you say. As a highlighter, it was so lackluster. It provided nothing, not even one little ounce of sparkle or deliciousness or just alien sluttery, nothing. It was garbage. But the worst offender was calling that bitch an eyeshadow. Off. That was not an eyeshadow. That's a chemical burn. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen. I thought my eyelid disintegrated, okay? I thought I wasn't gonna have eyelids anymore. I would just have a giant eyeball sticking out of my head. That shit was heinous, okay? I don't know anybody that likes that product, actually. No, I don't know anybody that likes that product. It was such a fail. And it's just so disheartening because like Urban Decay is great. They're a little vanilla, but they're great though. They make some core ass shit. But the that they did in 2025, I'm gonna say that this year was a gas leak year, because it was. Like, this year has been a gas leak year. It's bad. But like Urban Decay, you're supposed to be adding whimsy to this dark, dark world, and instead you are literally trying to kill me. So for that, I say, nay, get out of here, bitch. Like, no, you are not welcomed here. And I just realized I have them sitting right there. I need to get rid of them. I will declutter them. I see them, they're staring at me. Ugh, no. I expect a declutter video next week. It's gonna be all of those little guys. And it sucked because like I purchased those, right? And I hated them and I returned them, and then they were very kind and generous and sent me a PR package. The cute thing about Urban Decay is that you don't know what you're getting. Like they'll just like send you a thing being like, hey babe, we're gonna send you something. And I'm like, all right. And it was that. And I was like, oh no. No, it's almost as bad as the Byredo palette, okay? All right, that's all I will say about that. Maybe I actually should keep one of them just as like a repellent against the Florida man. All right, okay, hate it, bye, get away from me. The next product is from E.L.F. Cosmetics. Now they had a fun year, right? They had a fun year and they came out with the Halo Glow Powder Filtered Pressed Powder. First of all, the lightest shade was way too dark, which was kind of surprising, actually. I didn't think that was I don't know, I feel like E.L.F. is usually pretty decent with their shade range, and I was like, what the fuck is this? That shit was too yellow. It actually created a shadow on my skin. I have never had that happen before. I thought my soul was leaving my body. Like, it just turned me into like, what is it from Kingdom Hearts? The Heartless, this little guy? These little guys that are like this, they're kind of cute. That's what it was turning me into, okay? It was creating shadows. I thought I was like just losing my sense of self. How does a powder do that? I didn't think that was physically possible. Anyway, it's terrible, but I think the worst offender of it all is how just heavy. This shit should not be heavy. And it should also, I don't know, feel like it just kind of brings you a little bit of life. It's called Halo Glow. Like, you would think just by the name alone, it would kind of offer maybe a little bit of luminosity, just something, even like a soft matte. But no, this was like a stiff matte that was literally just trying to Thanos me. It was disintegrating me, and I hated it, and it's terrible. And I'm so glad that I could just shoot it towards the sun and watch it explode, because it is a shitty product, okay? I said what I said. Off, E.L.F. All right. I think I actually have a couple of Maybelline products on here too. Oh, just two. Okay. Let's talk about the first one. So this is the Stay Up to 30 Hour Wear Lumi Matte Longwear Foundation. First of all, it's yellow. Okay, fine. Listen, I kind of made my peace with like drugstore products. For the most part, it will always be yellow on me. I'll always look like a tiny Simpsons character. It is what it is. But I think one of the most offensive and heinous things is the smell. The fact that I jokingly said that you could chloroform somebody with this foundation, I feel like says it all, okay? So again, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about this list, I basically have products that could hurt somebody. So maybe I really should just keep these, okay? And then create my own Home Alone like elaborate booby trap, okay, with these products, because they could save me, all right? My family left for Paris, all right? I'm alone. And these products are the only things that are going to help me, okay? But this shit straight up, like I thought I was gonna pass out. Like I was, I was chloroforming myself. It's bad. It was bad, but it was so drying. It was just so fucking heavy and yellow and just uncomfortable. Usually drugstore foundations are actually like rays of joy, little pockets of sunshine that you're like, oh my God, I don't have to spend $50 on a foundation. I could spend $7 and have the same results. Like, how is this happening right now? But no. This is literally a weapon. This Maybelline is a weapon. And the joke of it saying that you can wear it for 30 hours. Who the f is wearing foundation for 30 hours? I could see like 12, even maybe 15 on a good day, right? But like 30 hours, what are you doing? Who is this marketed for? It's for the people that don't sleep? Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. It's so weird. And I'm sure there's gonna be someone that's like, well, you know, like nurses and doctors have long shifts. I'm sorry, I don't think nurses or doctors are gonna be wearing this, especially when it could literally chloroform me. They need to be very alert, okay? This thing makes you feel like you're living in the upside down, okay? Topical, I know, but terrible. I hate it. Moving on. Huda Beauty. All right. I wanted this to work. I really wanted this to work because everybody and their mother doesn't shut the f up about the Easy Bake Blurring Loose Setting Powder, loose baking and setting powder, right? Everybody talks about it. I feel like I haven't seen anybody that really just hates it as much as I do. But this powder is way too heavy, way too drying. And the one shade that I have, I think it's pretty much the only shade that I ever picked up because I, for whatever reason, could never get Cherry Blossom. I think it's Cherry Blossom, whatever. I think that's like the lightest shade. Never could find it. It's always out of stock. The one that I picked up, which could be my downfall, was the Ube birthday cake. That shit turned me into Pepto-Bismol. Okay. Imagine me, a large woman looking like a bottle of Pepto-Bismol. Okay, it sounds hilarious until you see it in person and then you're like, oh my God. I was like the level of like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, except pink. It was so off-putting and it was so heavy and it just turned my makeup like everything. I felt like I was like one of the shitty kids in Willy Wonka, okay? I was not looking forward to what was gonna happen to me, okay? Like I hated that product. Now granted, maybe I chose the wrong shade and I wanna believe that. I do, I really wanna believe that. But I think it's a shitty product and I feel like I'm one of the unfortunate ones that, you know, for example, when they eat cilantro, it tastes like soap. Thankfully, I'm not that, oh my God. But I feel like I'm one of those. I am just one of those people that this is just soap and it doesn't taste good, it doesn't feel good, and I'm just gonna be living alone while everybody is running around with their Easy Bake Oven powder, loving their life. I will be watching from the sidelines being sad. Okay, I really wanted to like this one, especially considering Tarte has like a beautiful powder last year. To this day, I still fucking use it. And they have a lavender and a pink shade that I use pretty much almost daily. And so I was kind of hoping that the pink was gonna be very similar to the Tarte pink, but it is not. It is not for me, and that's fine. It just sucks because it was very expensive and it was complete garbage. But I love the packaging though, A+ for the packaging. But it made me look like I was dying. Anyway, moving on to, Revlon. Revlon Glimmer Blush Drops. I love Revlon, okay? Revlon makes one of my favorite foundations of all time, okay? For a drugstore brand, I think they are spectacular. I love them. I don't think they get enough hype in my opinion, and I feel like when I see their sections in drugstore, it just keeps getting smaller and smaller, and it makes me sad and worried, okay? Like I feel worried every time I see them. I have a pit in my stomach thinking that they're gonna melt away. So when I heard that they were launching a liquid blush, I was like, oh my God, listen, as a blush whore, I want it, I need it, I need to have it. This had to be some of the worst liquid blush I've ever tried. It was so pigmented that I looked like a shocked Pikachu, okay? Like I literally had 2 round little blush circles on my cheekies, all right? I couldn't blend them out to save the life of me. Even as soon as I applied it, it would just like stay like cement. I never had a formula act so fast like that. It was just so like, just shocking. Like how did you do this? This is paint. What you created, babe, is paint. This should be in the arts and crafts section. This should not be on my face. So I'm very surprised that they made this product, let alone are still selling this product. I don't know anybody that likes it. It's such a mess. And I feel like because of this, it's just gonna tank them. I swear to God, go to another drugstore. Their section is just gets smaller and smaller, and it's so sad. It's so sad. They stopped making my foundation, okay? They stopped making my foundation. I've had to make peace with that, all right? It was very difficult, but I had to make peace with it. But at least kind of throw me a fucking bone here, okay? Stop making products that just serve no purpose. So if you want paint, feel free, have at it. But if you're expecting a blush that will just, I don't know, work and not just turn into cement on the skin, then maybe this product is for you. I don't. People have different preferences. There's no kink shaming here. But seriously, it's a shit product though. Moving on. Maybelline. We got another Maybelline. This is the Tattoo Studio Sharpenable Gel Pencil Eyeliner. Now, I have it in 2 shades. One shade was fine. It just doesn't really last in the waterline, but it does have some longevity compared to this one that literally did not show up. So the Stardust Chrome, okay, in swatch, oh man, it looks so promising. It looked like a nice, beautiful duochrome eyeliner. And listen, for drugstore, that's pretty impressive until you actually put it in your waterline and nothing comes out. You even sharpen it for good measure because you're like, okay, well, you know, maybe I just need to do this and it will just like rejuvenate. It will spark up something in this product and I'll start seeing something. Nothing ever comes. Nothing ever happens, okay? What you get, my friend, is nothing. It's the Emperor of New Clothes of eyeliners, all right? It looks promising. It looks pretty, but don't actually try to fucking use it. Because you get nothing. I've never had, actually no, I take that back because I was gonna say there's a product on this list that gaslights me really hard to the point where I feel bad that I've returned it. But this one was very gaslighty because I would actually use it on my hand and oh man, it actually looks pretty good. But when I tried to use it on my eye, whether it was on the lid or in the waterline, nothing came out. How is that possible? How can I get a swatch on my hand, but I cannot get it to produce on my eye? What the is that about? That is magic. Not good magic, but that is magic though. And my dumbass, can I tell you, I accidentally bought 2 of them. And I was out of the window of returning. So I literally had 2 of the same product that produced nothing and I had to eat the cost. You know how f***ed up that was? Let me tell you, okay? I still think about it. I'm like, I'm so stupid. And it was my own stupidity, my own little fat fingers that put 2 in the cart. But still, all right? Such a waste. I hated that product. I hate it to death. And listen, I am a baby, a little brat when it comes to eyeliners. There's only like maybe 3 brands that I'm like, okay, I could fuck with you, and everybody else I'm like, but sometimes drugstore eyeliners, they can surprise you, like LA Girl. Those are amazing. But damn, I was just really hoping for glory with all of their photos and everything. And the fact that it swatched as well as it did on my hand, but on the eye, it was nothing and it was garbage. No, bye. So one that I want to make sure that I highlight, the Milani Stay Put Tinted Brow Mousse. Now, listen, I fully am aware that this year my hair went through a lot of change, okay? I was bleach blonde for most of it. And because of that, like, it was a trial, all right, to try to find a good brow product that worked with that bleach blonde hair. And I think I ultimately settled on NYX's Cool Ash Brown, and I'm still using it. Like that is the one brow product that I cannot stop using. You look through all my videos, that's number one. You know, I do love me some of the Merit Brow Gel, but honestly, that kind of leans a little bit too warm. The most like taupest thing, even though it's not called taupe, is Cool Ash Brown, and I feel like it just really works with my hair now. But it also did work for the most part with my bleach blonde hair until sometimes it looked like it was pulling red on camera, which made no sense. But anyway, I digress. So I went through a lot of like trials and tribulations with eyebrow products, but this particular Milani product, oh man, that formula, the color was so off-putting. And I think what made it worse is the brush head, even though it was small, it was so messy that it just made my eyebrows look so thick and so heavy and so dirty. I've never had a brow product that made me look like I was looking at a tailpipe of a car, okay? And the exhaust just hit me in the face. It made everything just so dirty and uneven, and it really just emphasized how straggly everything looked, even though I like to think that my eyebrows are actually not very straggly. They're very nice. The shape is very good. But it always made me look unruly. And no matter how many times I would just try to like baby it and really just, you know, make it look solid, it would always just make me look dirty. And the fact that I needed to rush and use an eyebrow pencil to, I don't know, give me any sort of definition, it's pretty fucking bad. So for that, I say go yourself. If you want a shitty eyebrow product that will make you look dirty, Milani will come through. Oh, this one I returned. I was pissed about this one. So Erborian had a CC water and hyaluronic acid complexion product. Now listen, I love me some Erborian, okay? This is the thing that I wear pretty much every day, the CC Red Correct. Love it. I have tried their CC cream, I've tried their BB cream, and they have been great. So when I saw this one, I was like, oh man, this sounds really good. It was meant for those that needed hydration, and I'm like, bitch, I am drier than the desert. I need hydration. This sounds wonderful. When you get the product, okay, I would apply a little bit. It looked like someone spit in it, okay? It looked like I was putting spit on my face. It had a little bit of pigment, but it was mostly bubbles of spit. And I was so disgusted applying it to my face. And then when I would apply it, it did nothing. It did absolutely nothing. And then I realized, oh my God, somebody probably just spit in this tube and now I'm just putting spit on my face. It provided no coverage, no color, just a really off-putting texture that did not deliver anything. It was hands down the worst Erborian product, and it pains me because I love Erborian. I think they're wonderful. If I could, I would be in a relationship with them, okay? They are just that magical. But when you create a product that looks like it's going to be so promising, but then just deliver me someone's spit, you're pretty f***ed up. You're f***ed up. So I did not love that. And I tried to make it work. I tried to use it a couple of times, but when I realized that there was no coming back from this, I went to the store and returned it. I had to. I was like, no, no, no. For the like over $40 price tag, eat my ass. I don't think so, Tim. So yeah, I hated that one. Now, the next product I want to talk about is an eyeshadow palette, and it's from good old Pat McGrath. It's the Mothership 12 Petal Morphosis palette. I remember when Pat McGrath meant something. And now I feel like everything that this brand puts out is such a jumping the shark moment. It just makes me sad. I feel like the brand used to be so special, and it used to actually have a formula that was amazing. Like the mattes were awesome. The special shades were actually truly something that was special and just beautiful, like things that you've never seen before. But this latest iteration of their Mothership palette was so bad that, yeah, I decluttered it already. And I'm sure you've already seen that video about it. But there was such a big disconnect with that formula from previous Mothership palettes that it's a little jarring, especially if you're going to make a shittier formula, you're still going to charge that price tag. It's kind of fucked up. That is like literally a slap in the face. Like, hey, we're just gonna cut corners, but you're still gonna pay that same Pat McGrath price. No, I'm all set, babe. Now, I have not tried the new Louis Vuitton makeup line because it's just, listen, that shit, no. You know how many little boo-boos I could buy? I'm not gonna spend $250 on 4 eyeshadows. You could eat my ass. I'm not doing that. So I'm afraid I will never get to try that unless it comes down in price, which we all know it's not gonna happen. So unfortunately, I won't get to see where Pat McGrath's creativity went. But what is currently happening at the company, I feel like it's just, they're lost at sea. They're holding on to like the same kind of color stories, but they're just making the quality shittier. Now, if they would retain the same quality, right, but they're still kind of producing the same color stories, at least I could say, well, the quality is there. But the fact that the quality is not there, and I'm still paying like $128 for it, babe, I don't think so. It's just a you. And listen, I still have quite a few of my Pat McGrath palettes, but after that one, I don't think I will ever buy another palette again. Unless there's a promise, a handshake, and a guarantee that I am buying the old good formula, not whatever the they're giving me now. Whatever you're serving me, I don't want it. Give me the classics, give me the hits. Don't give me whatever bullshit dance remix album you're giving me. I don't want it. So yeah, that one sucked because it was a high price tag. Thankfully, I used a Rouge reward on it, but still, I wasted a Rouge reward on it. I think I'm more pissed about that. All right, moving on to Benefit. So Benefit Cosmetics. I feel like this should be a surprise to nobody because I really don't like Hoola, but I tried, y'all, I tried. So they created a Hoola Wave Cream Contour Balm. Oh, I'm sorry, Cream Bronzer Balm. And I was like, okay, like this kind of like, this looks kind of cute. Like the packaging is fun or whatever. The application was so off-putting that the only way for it to work was if I use my fingers, which I'm sorry. I have a big old fucking face. I'm not sitting there fingering my face with bronzer to try to make it look somewhat normal. Also, the color was very off-putting. But I feel like that's kind of par for the course with Hoola, especially on my uncooked chicken ass. It never looks good. It always looks slightly off, like I'm sick, like I'm on the Oregon Trail. You know what I mean? I have dysentery, and that's what this was giving me, except it was shitty application, and the only way for it to work is if I fingered myself. And that, my friend, that's behind a paywall, okay? If you want to see that, that's behind a paywall. All right, that was disgusting. I'm so sorry. But moving on. So Urban Decay, this is the second time they're on the list. All right. They came out with a 24/7 Glaze-On Shimmer Liquid Eyeshadow. And listen, there are some that are not bad. They're not like the most amazing thing by any means. So I think they're fine. They're a product that you kind of have to like baby a little bit, but once you kind of like figure it out, it's not bad. It's definitely a product you get on sale if you were interested, but I definitely think there are better products out there that kind of deliver more of like a metallic, fun little sparkle without having to baby it, right? That said, there was one color in particular that was so off. And it's a shame because it was like the coolest color in my opinion. It was called Sunshine Tax, which was like a duochrome. This was so patchy, so splotchy. No matter how many times I tried to get it to work with primer, with no primer, applying it with their applicator, applying it with a brush, applying it with my finger, it literally had the same result of just patchy, garbage, bullshit glitter. It was awful. Thankfully, it didn't burn me like the Luminizer highlighter, but I shouldn't have to baby a product so much to try to make it work, especially when there's so many other brands that have created duochromes or multichromes in a cream or liquid option that look fantastic and are at a cheaper price point. So I don't get it. And I really hate the fact that there's so many inconsistencies with this formula, but that one by far is the fucking worst and it should be banished. Banished into the sun. We hate it. Now the next product, this one is garbage too. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Skin Ink 2-in-1 Foundation Concealer. Again, I don't know why drugstore brands love putting like a paint thinner scent in their cosmetics, but it runs rampant, okay? Wet n Wild does it, Maybelline, L'Oreal. They all just, I don't know, they're like, oh, hey, can we add a scent to this? Let's make it confuse you and think you're getting lightheaded and you're gonna pass out. Can we add that to that? Like, that'd be great. I don't know why they do that, but this one in particular, this foundation concealer, I can look past that it's way too yellow because I feel like that's just usually par for the course for drugstore stuff. And okay, I could even look past the fact this smells like chloroform. But what I can't look past is the fact that this is a 2-in-1 product and it promises a shitload of coverage and it delivers not one thing. I applied this product multiple times and I was like, where did it go? I was like, is my skin eating this? Oh, that's not good. I've never had a concealer do that much, where I started to question myself if I even applied it. Okay, this really, really emphasized my dark circles. So much so that I thought that I aged myself by 10 years. I was like, how the fuck did that happen? Okay, so that's why I am decluttering the out of it. And I see you over there. I see you staring at me, bitch. Actually, wait, is that you? That could be something else. That might be something else. They kind of have a very similar red top. Oh, it's tier. No, tier 2. No, you might see the declutter next week. I think I decluttered it, but maybe I didn't though. In any case, if I have it in the premises, best believe this shit's going in the bin, okay? This product. Moving on to another eyeshadow palette, we have the Lancome Idol Cafe Crush Nude Eyeshadow Palette. I wanted to like this one, okay? Like, it's a basic bitch palette, and listen, I'm all about being a basic bitch these days, or at least for the last couple of years anyway. I love it. I thrive being a basic ass bitch. But I've never had an eyeshadow palette that seems so promising just be so like fucking lackluster. Like the mattes weren't even interesting. The shimmers, which I think they kind of classified themselves as like metallic. Bitch, it was satin at best. And who has time for satin eyeshadows? Like, that is literally the pre-cum of eyeshadows. Nobody wants that, okay? Nobody. And that's what this palette was. It was like one big just load of shit. It looked great, but it looked even better throwing it away. Don't let the door hit you on the way out, all right? Like, that Lancome palette was trash. Again, I wanted to like it. It looked cool. I am a fan of the Idol line. Like, I like the mascara and all that stuff. And I was just hoping that this was going to be like a home run, and it was not. So bye-bye, bye-bye. Now the next one, ooh, this is from Kosas. This is the Soul Gazer. All right, I love the name. Soul Gazer Lengthening Mascara plus Lash Serum in one for sensitive eyes. That's like the full name of it, okay? First of all, the shape of the brush looked like a Mr. Peanut, okay? And like, not in a cute, fun way, all right? Not like he had a little top hat and a monocle. No, it was just very uncomfortable because you're like, how the f am I gonna take this and apply it to my lashes? This shit got everywhere. It got even in my hairline. Didn't even think that was possible, but that's how big this goddamn brush head was. The formula itself was so like liquidy and it transferred everywhere and it never felt like it dried down. And instead of actually lengthening, right, and lifting my lashes and making me look like I have lashes, this shit made my lashes go straight out. Okay, so much so that it was touching my glasses, all right? Awful, just awful. And I always feel like that's the case when they really marketed towards like sensitive eyes. And I'm a sucker because I have sensitive eyes. And I'm like, oh my God, finally a product for me. And it never works out because they put too much shit in it that turns it into garbage that delivers none of the promises. So I was very happy to return that shit. Again, usually I eat the cost, but when I get real mad, like I get fire in my belly, I return it. And that was something I had to return. I was like, absolutely the fuck not. And it's sad because I really do like Kosas and I think they make some beautiful products, but that was one I just could not get behind. So goodbye. I think this is the one that kind of hurt me the most probably. So again, Urban Decay. I want to give them literally the crown for having like the best and shittiest year, honestly. But Urban Decay decided to break up with Scandinavia, right? And they made a whole push to reformulate their setting sprays. Now, you can technically get the original all-nighter spray, but you can get it through Scandinavia, which is great. I want to point out that I like that one. I think it's awesome. But the one that I always loved was the Glow formula. That is hands down, I would say, some of the best setting spray that I've ever tried. As someone who loves being glowy and hydrated and just, you know, adorable little button, that formula was everything for me. So I was a little nervous kind of going into this because I was like, don't fix something that's not broke. But in their event to probably, I don't know, cut corners and cut ties with Scandinavia to go probably the cheaper route, decided to reformulate all of their setting sprays. The Glow one was so bad. And I tried, babe. I tried. I really tried. I gave it a good college try. I used it so many times. I really tried to make myself believe that this was a good product, but it wasn't. They took out everything that was so amazing about that Glow formula, and they just stripped it to just a way too drying formula that provided no glow. That was the beauty about the original formula, is that you would spray it and your skin would stay hydrated and you would have this beautiful, healthy glow that looked like your skin was butter. Like it just made everything just look soft and beautiful. And I have a couple of the older formula bottles still, and I'm gonna hold on to them and just kind of use them sparingly. Thankfully, I have found some other brands that now kind of scratch that itch that Urban Decay just, you know, basically told me to go fuck myself for. So I'm happy about that. But listen, there's something about that original formula that is just so amazing. And I'm so sad that Scandinavia, as far as I've seen anyway, haven't made like a glow formula. At the time that I'm recording this, I don't think they've made a glow formula. They've only done the original. And again, the original is fine. The original is nice, but there's just something so special about the glow. And I hate that they couldn't replicate it. Actually, I hate the fact that they like, you know, broke ties with Scandinavia. Again, like they made a staple product for you. Like don't turn your back on your lover, okay? I don't know what's going on, Urban Decay. But again, like then you come out with moon dust shadows and I'm like, I'm listening, like I love you. But this one broke my heart though. It broke my heart. The only nice thing I'll say about it is that I love the bottles. I think the bottles are really pretty and that's it. But at the end of the day, you know, like I want something that has substance. Like I can only look at a pretty thing for so long. I need something to actually make me feel things, and your current formula doesn't make me feel things. Anyway. Heartbroken to say the least, but that one I would say was like a knife in the heart. But moving right along, let's talk about Bella Beauty Bar. I love Bella Beauty Bar, okay? I really do. But they came out with the Dark Dreamscape palette and these lipsticks. Thank God this palette is a one-off. Because I have tried their other palette, the Come Play With Us palette. That's the palette that they released right after. That one's great. Cannot stop playing around with that palette. That one's awesome. But this one, the Dark Dreamscape, that one broke my heart because it's so pretty. But there's something wrong with the mattes that just make it very patchy and impossible to work with. And I thought it was limited to just the purples, but it kind of infected the rest of the palette where I just never felt satisfied. And then when it actually came to the shimmers, I don't know, like they were very, very messy, which is something that I'm not super happy or familiar with when it comes to this brand. Usually they have their shit locked down, but this one just felt messy. So it was like impossible to use the mattes, and then the shimmers were just kind of all over the place. It really left a bad taste in my mouth. I didn't love it. I'm gonna declutter it, which again pains me because the color story is so beautiful, but it was just a palette that was just truly utter garbage in my opinion. Again, want to reiterate that this is a one-off because every palette I have tried from them has always exceeded expectations, but sometimes even greatness fails. And everyone's allowed to fuck up at least a handful of times in their life, and this was their fuck up, and it's fine, okay? Now I wish it only stopped I wish it only stopped at the palettes, but I hated their lipsticks. And listen, this is just a pure preference thing, but for me, they were like one of the worst lip products that I tried this year because they had like this glitter balm type formula, which the balm type formula was fine. Okay, whatever, who cares? But the glitter aspect in it, I have tried many products that have glitter in it, right? Especially when it comes to lips. And usually the biggest plus is not being able to feel it. But these felt like I was exfoliating in real time, but it wasn't comfortable. It was very off-putting and it just made me never want to close my mouth. So I'd be like this. And nobody wants to look like this all day. Like nobody. I hated it. I hated it. So having the eyeshadow palette fail and then that be the closing piece to this collection was not great. Did not love that. So yeah, that wasn't for me. But I do know some other people that enjoy those lipsticks, and hell, you might be one of them watching this, and I'm happy for you. But I did not love them. They made me sad and it made me regret my choices in life. So I say no. Bye-bye. Okay. We have one more indie brand. I'm gonna talk about my baby, my Lethal Cosmetics. I love Lethal. I love Lethal. We've had, 2 collaborations together. They are my baby. They're going through a rebrand right now. Don't love it. I like the old shit, all right? Call me a boomer, all right? I like the old stuff. I don't like whatever new shit's going on right now. But fine. Whatever, we look past it, okay? They came out with the Conjuring collection, and the Conjuring collection was really fun, really fun. And as someone who is a huge fan of the IP, it felt like it checked all the boxes. And then they released this thing called like a sanctified powder, sanctified seal powder. How they marketed made it seem like it was really like easy to use, and it was just going to make your complexion just look flawless and beautiful. Every time I've tried that powder, it always kind of like gums up and it just kind of pulls at like the foundation underneath to make it look so like splotchy and like almost 3D, which is kind of weird. It created a lot of texture. And I have tried it multiple times where I've used a little puff, because essentially I think that's how they showed you how to use it. You just take a puff and you pat, and that did not work for me. Fine. I used a brush. I used a natural hair brush. I used a synthetic hair brush. Both same results. Even when I thought I wasn't putting a lot on, it felt like it was just kind of picking and choosing spots to kind of cling and then clump. Cling and clump. Cling and clump. It's like, no, no. And it kind of was like the Conjuring movie. It was a little frightening. It was a little scary and I hated it so much. I hated it. So yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of it and I'm decluttering it. And I know there's some people that really love it and I'm happy for them. I wanted to love it because it looked really cool and I was like, oh, this shit's awesome. But it just, I don't know, maybe because I have dry skin, it just didn't work. But anything that clumps and just collects and makes like little piles of foundation on your face, that is terrifying. I didn't even think that was physically possible. So yeah, no, it didn't really work for me. Hated it. But moving on. Okay, so the next product is ColourPop. I know. ColourPop actually had a pretty decent year in my opinion, all right? They came out with some really cool shit. But the one thing that I cannot get behind, and the one thing that I fucking loathe, is from the Shrek collection. It's called the Gumdrop Buttons Moisturizing Rollerball Lip Oil. No. Just no. There was no product in that thing. I don't care what you say. I tried multiple times. I tried my hand. I tried my lips. I tried to get something out of it. It looked really cool and it looked like there was product in the actual container, but nothing came out. And then when it finally did come out, the little bit that it did, it was such a shitty lip oil formula. As someone who is a lip oil aficionado, all right, I look for things that are hydrating and thick and just syrupy, but like in a good way, not in like a shitty way, but in a good way. This was just pointless. It was a pointless product that looked adorable. Kind of very similar to the Urban Decay setting spray bottle. Like it looked awesome, but there was nothing redeeming about it. It was very shitty. So for that, I say go f yourself, okay? ColourPop, you dirty little devil. I love ColourPop. I think Daddy's wonderful, but that was one product that immediately went into the trash can. I was like, oh, no, no, no. I think I did it during the video too. I was like, boop. Off, thank you. No, no, no. We're down to the last two products. This one, this one hurts my soul. Kind of very similar to the Urban Decay, the Dior Backstage Glow Maximizer face palettes. They took away everything that was so amazing about these face palettes, all right? Years ago, long time ago, right, when they first were announced, the Backstage palettes, they were fantastic. They were beautiful. And I still hold on to some of the original ones. I think once they changed the formula over, they removed something out of the formula. And if you do know, please let everybody know down below. I can't think of it off the top of my head and I don't feel like Googling it right now. But whatever they removed, basically removed its essence. And it sucks because every fucking highlighter palette I have purchased since their reformulation all had the same result of it just being pure trash. There is nothing nice or redeeming about it. They're often really glittery. And when you finally do break through that glitter overspray, it just delivers nothing. Absolutely nothing. My favorite palette is their rose gold palette. And if you ever find the original, that one is definitely the one worth getting. They have since released like, I guess a version 2 of it. It's not quite the same thing, but it's kind of similar. That one was just, it's just heartbreaking. Like it's heartbreaking. They had like a frosted opal palette that was garbage. Like I don't like, I get it. If you have to take something out, at least make something comparable to what you're taking out. Otherwise, like, why are you charging as much as you are for giving such an inferior product? Like, why? I really wanted to like them because I like how they look now. Like, I love the big D and all that stuff. Like, I think the palette is actually really cute. Its contents are so bad. If you really want a Dior highlighter, just get the actual Christian Dior highlighters. Don't even bother with the Backstage. It used to be the opposite. It used to be like, no, get the Backstage, don't get the actual Dior highlighters. They did a whole flip. So if you really want a high-end highlighter, get that one. Don't get this Backstage shit. Or just hunt for it on Macari. which I don't love to be like, oh, hey, go to like a reseller or something like that. But that product, especially the rose gold one, is so perfect in my opinion. Like the best little pink little highlighting quad. Whatever the f this new shit is garbage. Garbage. Now the last product I want to mention, I would say it's probably one of the more recent products I've tried, and it's the Gucci Glow Tinted Moisturizer. This product actually gaslit me, okay? It actually gaslit me. Now, granted, when I first got it, didn't get the correct shade. I got, I think, the second lightest shade, which ultimately kind of oxidized and definitely gave me a big church and state separation. But I think what was so annoying about this particular product is how uncomfortable it was, okay? And it me up because it didn't look so bad. Like from far away, it was like a full-on Monet. I was like, all right, I look good. But then when I got up close, very similar to the Lethal Cosmetics, it kind of like clumped. And it created a lot of buildup and made it look very heavy and very drying. But the thing I couldn't look past is how uncomfortable my skin felt. Everything was so fucking dry, just dry and awful, and it just hurt. Even when I would just pour setting spray on my face to try to bring me back to life, it still just felt uncomfortable. I never had a complexion product that bad to just make me feel so uncomfortable. It just and listen, I went to Sephora and I wasn't even gonna return this. I was like, all right, whatever. I'm just, I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna hold on to it. I'm gonna hold on to it. I'm just gonna change it for a different color. But the more I thought about it, I was like, it's an expensive product that I am babying, and I feel like I'm obligated to keep because for a few moments it doesn't look so bad from far away. I must be the problem here. And that's when I was like, oh, we're in an abusive relationship. I need to cut the cord, okay? I need you to get the f away from me. So I went to Sephora and I happily returned this product. And then I think what did I buy? I don't remember what I bought, but I knew it was better than this. But it was so sad because it kind of, I don't know, like I said, from far away, like I was like, oh, okay, this is great. Like I look pretty good. But the fact that it was so uncomfortable on my skin, like my skin was screaming for me to like just put it out of its misery, was ultimately the deciding factor on why this is like one of the shittiest products to ever exist in 2025. So yeah, bye. That said, if I had to pick the worst one, like the worst one, I would probably say it would be the Urban Decay. It's actually tied. The Glow Setting Spray with the Face Bond Luminizer Waterproof Liquid Highlighter. Those are the two that I would say were like the worst that I tried. And again, I love Urban Decay, so I'm gonna give them grace because we all sometimes have a bad year. I'm gonna hope that 2026 is gonna be a better year for them. I'm actually gonna hope every brand on this list in 2026 is gonna be a better year for them. I don't want this being their legacy. None of these products. Oh God. But there you have it. Those are my worst products of 2025. Touch and go. Touch and go. Like I said earlier, thankfully, there were a lot of products that were excellent, but there were a lot of like just good, solid products. And again, I'm not gonna really go through the good, solid products. I only wanna kind of talk about like the best of the best, but I really wanted to highlight the bad ones. And yeah, these were the bad ones. But now I would love to hear from y'all. Let me know down below if you agree with me or if you're like, absolutely the fuck not. I don't agree with you, you're wrong, because I like XYZ. Let me know. Or actually, if you want, give me your list of horrible products of 2025. I would love to know. I would love to see if we differ. And again, I want to say thank you so much to June's Journey for sponsoring today's video. Remember, you can download June's Journey for free. It's available on iOS, Android, and the PC. So again, just use the link in my description or scan this fancy little QR code on the screen right now so you can start playing. And yeah, I think I need to decompress. So I'm going to decompress with a little June's Journey. But do stay tuned for Friday for my best of. That said, I want to say thank you so much to my beautiful patrons and YouTube members for keeping this garbage boat afloat. I love your faces, and I'll see you little garbage cans real soon. Bye.